Hi everyone, I hope that you're well. Welcome back for another Project Life video. This is from the week of the 13th until the 20th of July. I'm using the Echo Park Day in the Life collection, the July pages. It's the first sort of week of the month that I've used this whole collection, but sort of just like it for documenting day-to-day bits. This is the first time I'm using a cut apart as a title page, and I actually quite like it. Normally I do sort of make a 3x4 card and then sort of decorate it with washi tape, but I quite like using a cut apart, so I might sort of start and try using those in future weeks. I am thinking of doing like an evaluating my project life so far video, so that will be kind of the stuff I'll talk about in that. Anyway, back to this week. So this first photo, I went for drinks with my invigilating crew because our exams officer is leaving. She's moving to Cyprus. I'm very jealous and asked if she needed any invigilators out there. Wouldn't mind moving to Cyprus. But yeah, this picture actually looks quite funny because there were about 10 of us, but it looks like I'm on my own, and that's because we decided to move inside so people could eat, and I realised I hadn't got a photo which I wanted to, so I just snapped one picture of my glass of Coke all on its own on the table. So yeah, it looks like I was there on my own, but there was a big group of us. And then I didn't have too many photos this week, so I decided to use up the 4x4s in this collection. I find them the hardest to use because I don't have any 4x4 pockets. But also some of the messages on the cards I thought worked quite well for this week. So I'm just sticking them on to a 6x6 piece of paper, and then I'm going to trim them to size. But yeah, I like the fact that it says wake up and do all that you can. Some, at the moment, life is pretty quiet. It's sort of pretty mundane. So the waking up and doing all that I can is sort of just boring everyday today stuff, but I still like the message that every day is a new day sort of thing. So even if it's not exciting, you can still kind of get stuff done. And so yeah, one of the stuff I did get done this week was I started to get my lounge ready to decorate, and that meant moving all of my scrapbook stuff out of it and putting it in a pile here. So yeah, I sort of started going through what I've got ready to decorate. And then this picture here is a picture of one of my favourite TV series. My dog is named after a character from this series. And this one actually came out a couple of years ago, and it's the first chance that I've got to watch it. But yeah, really like Outlander. And I'm actually going to an exhibition with some of the costumes and props in a couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to... So I'm sort of watching the series to get a heads up of some of the things that might feature. And then this 4x4, again, sort of turning it into a 6x4. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Again, sort of just making the most out of every day. So even though nothing too exciting is going on at the moment, it's nice to just sort of, go through the days rather than focusing on an end goal sort of thing. So yeah, that's the first half of this week. And then I've got 9 3x4s for this one. So I'm starting off with this card that says make today count. So yeah, the words and messages on the cut aparts are very sort of similar. So yeah, for this photo here, I just happened to check my YouTube subscribers on my 2 channels. I also have a tutoring channel, and the numbers are growing, which, while they're still small compared to a lot of people, but it's nice to see the numbers growing. Even though I don't do this for subscribers, it's nice that there are people taking note of my content. And then that picture at the top there was just the result of the England football match, where we unfortunately lost the semi-final of the World Cup, but it's not the end of the world. And then something very exciting, potentially, I have booked a trip to Canada, which I really want to go to, but it won't be until September 2027. So we've provisionally booked a hotel that does have free cancellation. So if the flights are too expensive or something happens, at least we can cancel and potentially rearrange. But yeah, really excited to, even if the trip doesn't go ahead, I'm looking forward to planning it at least. And then the last few photos there, my dog came to my partner's house for a sleepover on Saturday. My mum was out, so she came and stayed with us. So yeah, we just went for a lovely walk. And in his local village, they've got like an old stocks. So that middle picture is just him making it out like she's locked away in the stocks, which was quite funny. And then this last cut apart is like just a to-do list of stuff that I want to do during the summer holidays. My work may be a bit quieter than normal, so it would be nice to kind of tick some things off of this list. So yeah, that's it for this week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.